Thank you for joining us today. Welcome. This is the Iron Kraken podcast. Today we're going to be continuing part 2 of the Odyssey by Homer. Kellen, take us away.
Cue the music.
Cue the music. We left off last time on the sirens basically committing mass.
Yeah, yeah.
Genocide.
Yeah.
No,
Siren side?
I guess.
Siren side. And Odysseus and his crew were sailing back to, what was their next? It was,
Yes.
Yeah, at this part,
Okay.
yeah. So he would be going to the narrow passage that would take him closer to Ithaca.
is it supposed to be around Sicily?
There would
Or
be
is this more towards Greece?
This would be more towards Greece.
Okay.
Yeah. And a lot of these places don't really exist, quote unquote. But, so yeah, he survived the island of the Sirens. They're fleeing through this narrow passage. And this goes back to a warning that he got from the, the dead guy? The underworld guy, where he went and spoke to the guy from the underworld.
Satan.
Where he also saw his mom and everything. Basically, he had to make a choice, was what the message was. And so he's going through this passage in between two beasts called Scylla and Charybdis. Charybdis being the daughter of Poseidon that was doomed to basically be this giant whirlpool because she got caught trying to expand Poseidon's domain by flooding dry land, making it part of the sea.
It was avoided, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's why she got
avoided-
turned into a whirlpool. Zeus thwarted her plans with Poseidon and cursed her to be this giant whirlpool. And then on the other side, depending on the telling, Scylla is, I guess, a demigod. She's like the daughter of a minor god, and some say that she's the daughter of Poseidon. Others say that she was the daughter of some line of kings. But basically, she turns into this, what is it? Six-headed?
Yeah.
Six-headed dragon,
Yep,
like
it was six-headed.
Hydra beast that's cursed to dwell in this mountain cave. And so basically, if you get too close to the cliffside, Scylla grabs you up and eats you. If you get too close to the whirlpool, you get sucked in. So,
Ship and all.
yeah. So Odysseus has to consider, which is worse, which is,
Fight the beast or die drowning.
yeah. I mean, yeah. But it's actually where the term rock in a hard place comes from. 'Cause you have the
No.
mountains, the cliffside.
You're kidding me,
rock.
really?
Yeah. So
I'll be dipped.
dipped. I've not heard that one.
It's
before.
from a show. It's from a show.
Is it Bluey? I don't know.
No, it was Roadworthy Rescue. It's fine.
Anyway, so he's sailing down, and I think he chooses Scylla, and so Scylla garbles up the remainder of his ship, and he basically sacrifices his crew and his ship so that his singular ship can make it through. So I think there's a few left at this point.
From the original.
Yeah, from the original amount.
They've gone through so much already.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So basically, he's lost all his men, but a few, and they make it through the passage, and
They live.
they do
They
live.
live for a short while. They go towards a temple to the sun god Helios.
Dude, what?
So I'm trying to remember back. I can't remember if the priests are there or not
They are.
for this. So they attack the temple of Helios, which has a bunch of sacred cattle.
What is that?
Sacred cattle?
Yes.
Yeah,
The
so
cows that they
What
deem
is
holy.
what's the word? I have it in my notes. Thrinacia. It's like the Helios. It says Helios cattle, and my note says Thrinacia. I don't know if that's a person or a place or if that's a sacred cow.
It's probably the place.
Yeah, I would guess. I don't know.
It's probably the country. But so they attack the temple. They take the sacred cows that are meant for sacrifice to Helios, and they start butchering and devouring them. Right?
Yep.
Which is basically
Bad.
basically
bad.
basically bad.
Bad
No,
for you.
they're setting themselves up for failure because now they have Helios angry at them, Zeus angry at them.
Zeus punishes them
Yeah,
with a
for
storm.
defiling the sacred that was Helios's. That was not for them.
Let's talk about the character of this man.
And
What
to be fair,
is
they were
going on?
starving.
I mean,
Right.
I get it.
But
Like through the whole history of this whole thing, it's like he's trying to get back home,
and just one thing
and
after
just one
another.
thing after another of just being an idiot, essentially,
Yeah.
thinking it's the best way.
Well,
And then in
well,
return,
here's the
he's
thing. It
killed
wasn't.
lots of his crew.
It wasn't him. It was his crew that went and did it. As far as I recall, he chose not to.
And those crews should die.
I think was he
Oh, they don't do.
was he napping? Is that when he was like, I'm gonna go sleep?
Yeah.
Now
think so.
he wants to sleep. Now he wants to sleep.
Well, he had just encountered the siren's call,
Yeah.
and it was exhausted from that, right?
Oh my
So
gosh.
they went and desecrated the temple, took the cattle, ate the cattle, basically putting an unforgivable curse on themselves. Remind me, how did they die, Jacob?
And which part? Helios?
When they ate the cattle. Were they just
No,
smitten?
Zeus. That was when Zeus punished them with a storm, and it killed most of them because of the
Yeah.
storm.
Yeah, they were like struck by lightning.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're literally smitten
Yeah.
from existence.
So
Yeah, don't do
no, I think no. Odysseus is the only one that survived.
Yeah,
So
because he
pretty
didn't
much. So
do
now the
that.
whole crew is dead.
Mhm.
Yeah, and he's
Odysseus
just
is the only one
floating
alive now.
along on, like, what is it, the stern of the ship, or a piece of wood?
He was just as part of the ship.
Yeah, part of the ship, part of the crew.
It doesn't. It gets even worse than that. After that, he encounters Calypso,
Yeah, ends up on Calypso's Isle.
which he was there for 7 years.
Yeah, he was there for a long time.
Yeah, out of what, the 20 years that he was traveling back home?
Yeah, from Troy to Ithaca, it took like 20 years, and
7 of them
7 of them
Or
were
with
on.
Calypso.
So 20, add the 2, carry the 2, 27. He's been there for 27 years now. So after the whole 20 years, been there for 7 years as her lover.
No. The 7 of that 20 years.
Oh,
So,
oh.
take
Is
20
it the
months.
7 of the
Yeah.
20 years? Okay, so take away the 2, carry the 1. So
You astound me.
I astound everybody with my math. My math is correct. I use only hands. Pretty much what I can count on my hands.
Fair enough. We are caveman. We are caveman.
So what happens in between that? So I know that he's been there for
So
7 years out of
he's
the
in-
20.
He's imprisoned in a cave where Calypso keeps him. I don't know if that's how it is, like, initially. I don't know if he, like, wanders up, but for most of that time period, he's imprisoned in a cave because she wants to marry him.
So the only way that he got free was from an intervene.
And
I guess that's how
it was
you
an
call
intervening.
From,
Actually,
it was from the god
yeah,
Hermes.
Hermes was sent there by Zeus.
Yes, yeah.
Right, to talk to Calypso and get her to let him leave.
Bargain.
Yeah. Only after 7 years.
Which I don't know. I don't know why Zeus would do that after his crew just annihilated the sacred place.
The gods had other plans for him, right? Instead of just letting him stay on Calypso's Isle, ever refusing to marry and become immortal with Calypso, he refused the entire time. He just wanted to go home to his wife
Yeah, well,
and son.
after he'd been cheated, gave another son to another one. Who's the one who he gave the son to again?
Oh,
Circe.
Circe, the
Okay,
witch.
So that was a while back. That was
Yeah.
like
That was several isles.
that was a
back, right?
quarter, almost a quarter half. So carry the 1, the 1, the 2. So around 12, 15 years of that whole time, maybe somewhere in there.
Just trying to
Get
keep
out
his
of
crew
there.
together,
Yeah.
keep them alive.
Don't quote me on that, but if my math is correct, which in theory it should. Granted, I'm using the
But he's
thing
trying
in-
this whole time to keep his crew alive. They end up getting themselves killed half the time, trying to get home, trying to keep a ship. it keeps ending poorly in every scenario.
So let's go back to why Zeus sent Hermes. So Zeus sent Hermes because he had other plans. But what was like? Do you know the actual plan?
If I'm not mistaken, Athena begged for Odysseus to go back home because she had other plans for him. She wanted him to go back home and take care of the suitors that were trying to woo his wife into remarrying. She wanted the story to come to an ultimate close.
She didn't know if he was dead or not. And he's been gone for 27.
No. So the gods,
27 years carry the two.
the gods in the story are always knowing, pretty much. They play with human lives as toys, basically, for amusement and for their own whims.
Kind of sounds like our government. But you know, we'll cut that. No, I was kidding.
Anyway, so he's imprisoned in this cave. Hermes talks to Calypso. Calypso initially doesn't want to release him, but after much convincing,
So
and
yeah,
sign of
Athena.
power from Zeus.
Yeah, so Athena convinces Zeus to help Odysseus, is what happens. So Calypso's had him on his island, had him on her island for a long time, basically making him be like her husband, even though he didn't want to be. And so Zeus comes down
Yeah, he's just
and intervenes on
all
his
the time to
behalf.
go home.
He's sitting on the beach.
He's just depressed and weeping.
Yeah, he's sitting on the beach and cries. And
After
so
the-
Zeus sends
after the
Hermes,
shipwreck?
huh?
After the shipwreck? After he got shipwrecked?
After he's trapped on Calypso's island and held
oh,
prisoner
she
for
won't let him
7
leave.
years. Yeah. So Zeus sends Hermes to tell Calypso that Zeus commands her to release Odysseus. And Calypso gets really mad at this and just starts like shouting at the gods. And basically is like, you guys become jealous whenever I,
when I
do
copulate
anything.
with the mortal.
But
whenever I
basically calling them
you guys get
hypocrites.
pissed when I get when I enslave
'Cause-
somebody. I mean,
Because to be clear, Zeus does that all the time.
Which is what she's basically calling them hypocrites. And she says,
I mean, how many
she's like, she
heroes?
loves Odysseus
Yeah.
and she wants to take him as her husband and offered him immortality. But in the end, she lets him go. And because of the things that happened on the island, he like is weeping for his wife. But he's suspicious of when she's like, all right, you can peace out, and ends up convincing Calypso to swear an oath to like not harm him.
Yeah.
And she gives him an awesome meal, and he builds this raft
A raft
on the island.
Made
made from scraps.
Calypso gives him provisions, and then he sails away
Yep.
for 17 days.
And then Poseidon notices
So
him
he
adrift.
ends up seeing the island of Phaeacians.
That was
And
before the Phaeacians.
yeah.
Yeah, so Poseidon sees him in the ocean.
Yeah, no, it's he's not at the Phaeacian island.
Yeah.
He's just able to see the Phaeacian island.
Yeah.
But Zeus spots him before he can get there. And he's so mad that he's like, oh, he got off the island.
Poseidon, he said Zeus.
Poseidon. Sorry.
Poseidon.
Yeah, Poseidon. Poseidon's so mad that he was able to get off Calypso's island, and that he's had such good fortune. And he
Creates a-
sends down a terrible storm.
Massive storm. Scary storm.
So much so that
Yeah.
Odysseus is so scared that he's like, I wish I had died a hero's death, because he thought he was going to die. A wave throws him from his raft and pulls him under the water
And he just is swimming.
until the goddess Ino sees him and takes pity on him. To which she gives him a magical scarf to temporarily make him immortal.
Which doesn't help with the whole Poseidon situation, but it gets him to where he can swim to shore.
Basically, Athena controls the winds so that he can reach the shore, and when he gets onto land, he throws the scarf. He's basically, like, give me back my scarf, and so he has to throw it into the
Yeah,
ocean.
because it's a god's thing. You can't really just take that. But so after that whole incident, he goes into the woods right beyond shore.
and finds a princess.
No, not exactly. He actually stays the night in the woods, trying to keep hidden so that he's not seen by anybody or anything.
You're that bushcraft boy, I guess.
Yeah, he covered himself up with leaves and slept there. It's only when he wakes up that he sees Nausicaa, the princess of Phaeacians.
King Alcinous.
Yeah, Alcinous and Queen Arete,
Yeah.
their
King
daughter,
Queen.
with her handmaidens, bathing in the river down the shore. Right? So, imagine this. Bunch of young ladies all bathing,
I don't want to imagine that.
and some random guy
Sprouts out of the
sprouts
ground.
out of the ground. Sprouts out of the ground. But he's covered.
Hi, my name is.
Basically,
And they all run away except for Nausicaa.
Except for Nausicaa. She's the only one bold and brave enough to talk with the man.
Hey, I've had a bit of a day.
Basically, what happened? That's how it goes down. He just goes there in all humility.
A bit of a years.
But he has nothing on. He's covered in leaves and muck and who knows what else from his struggles. And he basically pleads in full humility for help. And she, being the princess of this land, shows some semblance of pity towards this random stranger
Who is naked?
who's naked, who seems to be in a great deal of trouble, right? But she has him follow back her train of handmaids
Well, first,
in the rear.
yeah. Well, first they ended up like bathing him and stuff like get him cleaned up,
Yeah.
get him looking nice, and Athena blesses him to look really nice in that moment.
Nausicaa thinks that he looks kingly almost.
Getting that
Kingly.
cheese clean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then and then
That bidet up there.
so anyway, so they're like, well, let's go to this city, okay?
Mhm.
And Nausicaa's like, yeah, we'll go in, we'll talk to my parents.
But let us go in first,
yeah,
and
But-
then you come in after.
so that people don't talk about us, essentially.
Yeah.
And he then at that moment prays to Athena for protection,
Mhm.
but Athena is so afraid of Poseidon in that moment that she does not appear to him undisguised. So she dons a disguise and then walks him into the city with a fog or a
Yeah,
mist.
it's basically
of
the equivalent
protection.
of an invisibility cloak. You know, he's not really noticed by anybody at all.
And Athena advises him, is like, hey,
Don't look into the eyes of anybody.
yeah, don't look into the eyes of anybody. And what you have to do is win over basically
queen.
the favor of the queen
Yeah.
Aretes.
Forget the king. Go straight to the queen. And kneel at her feet and beg for mercy.
Which he does.
And it works.
He succeeds.
It works wonderfully.
He succeeds, and he was granted a new ship.
He was granted, first off, food,
Yeah.
clothes, treasures,
Yeah.
and safe passage back to Ithaca. And meanwhile, do not forget this. These people are worshippers of Poseidon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, bummer.
But before he departs, the king's like, hey, yo, like, you've impressed us. You could just stay here and marry our daughter.
Mm-hmm.
To which Odysseus declines.
He declines. Sadly,
After
For
27 years, carry the two.
it's 20 years.
He's trying to get home, and people keep just offering him stuff. He's still trying to
Yeah.
get home. He does a lot of bad things.
He does a lot of good things, too.
Does okay things. Things probably wasn't things that weren't recommended,
Well,
but happened.
some were.
Somewhere.
Literally, Athena
Some
is
were
coming to him to tell him to do stuff sometimes.
bad. Yeah.
So he's following what they tell him.
So he recounts all these adventures that he's been a
Mhm.
part of. I'm sure that makes a man sad.
Oh yeah,
And it makes it even worse. They're like you trying to get home.
oh wait, it gets even better.
I mean, they give him the ship and he tries to return home.
Mhm.
So what happens after that? Go ahead.
All right, so
The return to Ithaca.
return to Ithaca. So he's dropped off by these ships back in Ithaca, and he finds himself in a swineherd's place of living. and he's disguised as a beggar, basically, as a decrepit old man, barely do anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Think of like a famished homeless man, definitely in need of help.
Yep.
But does not look like the king.
Yep.
Right.
And he meets the son of Telemachus.
Telemachus is his son.
Okay. Yeah,
So he doesn't meet him yet. He is taking shelter under the roof of the swineherd that does work for him, who knows him, who is loyal to him, but he doesn't reveal himself. Not yet, right? He's still this old man, and he tells him the stories of another man's woes. He takes a new identity and just tells these stories of, depressing things happening to him, just so he can stay at this guy's house.
So while he's there, he is, I wouldn't say plotting a plan, but he's
working towards it.
He's looking to overrun the suitors.
He's
things like
already in that mindset of, how am I going
to
go back to my house,
throw it open, and
deal with this?
Find Penelope.
Yeah, because he hears from this swineherd about the whole situation with the suitors, right? And how they've been just ravaging his estate, eating all the food, slaughtering all the animals, drinking all of his wine, even laying with some of his maids. It's havoc.
Poor guy.
Yeah. So he's come back to the house in disarray, but he can't do anything alone. So he's trying to wait and figure out a plan. The swineherd tells him that his son went out looking for the king, several months to a year ago, and he's on his way back, right?
Yeah.
The suitors have already tried to set up an assassination plot to get rid of Telemachus. They failed. He was able to sail through the waters around them and get back to Ithaca, right? He meets his son Telemachus in the hut of the swineherd, and only once the swineherd is told to go talk to his wife Penelope, does he reveal himself to his son, right? So Telemachus tells the swineherd, "Hey, go tell my mother that I've come back, that I haven't found the king, but that I'm back home." Because he had gone without telling, for some reason, he had gone without telling his mom.
Well, that was
left.
to not
Make her stop him.
Well, not even that. It was like, well, that too, but it was to not incite the actions of the suitors.
Yeah. Because they already were very much willing to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
They want to take her by force, but they're just skirting along the laws right now.
Another thing of note was that the Phaeacians, Poseidon was really angry with the Phaeacians after the ship returned from Ithaca. He sunk the ship immediately when it went into harbor, and then raised a huge mountain from the sea to block the harbor. So basically, they're not getting any imports or exports happening anymore.
So there were consequences for their kindness.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah. Which is really sad. But going back to Odysseus, he walks outside of the door of the hut as the beggar and walks back in as himself, and his son is astonished. Right? He's like,
"Papa,
what?
5-0.
You walked out there like that? Who are you? What do you mean you've come back?"
5-0.
And they embrace each other, and he tells him, "Do not tell a soul that I've returned." And Telemachus pledges his loyalty to that. He's not going to tell anybody, not his mother, not Odysseus' father, Laertes. He's still alive.
Yeah. So this is now after this, right, it's the plot for revenge.
Yeah.
So the plot for revenge, Odysseus enters the palace and discusses the test of loyalty with the servants and the suitors. So then go on after that. What's next after that?
So it's just the bow.
This is the after he finds his son, the plot.
So the suitors.
Now it's time for now it's the overthrow.
So the suitors that night come back to shore, and they make their way back to Odysseus's estate, right?
They're basically demanding, like, you have to make a decision right now
Yeah.
to Penelope
Yeah.
about who's going to be the next
So
king,
they do a
who
bit
you're
of
gonna marry.
feasting. Again, they keep wasting more,
Time.
pushing her.
Yeah.
She still is refusing. And Athena is like helping her sleep. She's like just overcome with such sadness and anxiety over this whole situation. She doesn't know what to do. She's already spent 3 years before this trying to loom something as a basically as a tapestry to Laertes, Odysseus' father, for when he passes. And she was using this excuse of, until I finish this, I won't marry anybody. But they caught her trying to undo the tapestry already, right? So she can't do stuff like that anymore.
No.
They're not buying it.
So then she holds a contest.
Well, hold on. I think we're getting ahead of it.
Is it?
Okay, so the suitors go back to the estate. Telemachus goes back to the estate. Odysseus tells him to, first off, when the moment is right, to take all of their weapons and put them in the storeroom and lock it, right? So they can't get their weapons for the fight,
Oof.
right? The swineherd, Telemachus tells the swineherd to bring the beggar along to the estate, right? So that he is led into the house, because you can't just show up uninvited as a beggar, right? It's just, they'll automatically tell you away from the door.
Go on.
Yeah, right.
You get on out of here.
Yeah. So he walks up with the swineherd. He meets another one of his servants who's, I think, a herder for like lambs, and he insults him to his face as a beggar, telling him to get away. And he's clearly sided with the suitors.
Melanthius.
That's the guy. So that'll be important for later on.
He insults him, and he actually kicks Odysseus because he's like a beggar. Yeah,
He kicks him,
and Odysseus wants to clock his jaw,
but he
he's like,
chooses
"All right."
not to because he wants to maintain the cover, right? So
Oh yeah, he's done a great job of that.
yeah,
He's done good.
yeah.
And so Emmaus is like, when we get up here, there's going to be people.
Emmaus is a swineherd. Sorry.
Yeah, Emmaus. There's going to be people that want to, that will probably want to, like, belittle you, mock you, hit you, kick you, all this other stuff. And Odysseus is like, hey, after all the crap that I've been through, especially over the last 7 years of the 20, this ain't going to be nothing.
Yeah. It's literally nothing. He's just waiting for the right moment. So, but this other character, the other herder,
Melanthius,
he will be important later on during the fight, so to speak. So keep that name in mind.
So Odysseus and Emmaus end up getting to the house to where there's a guard dog.
Yeah, Argos.
Yeah. But Argos is like, hey, this guy smells familiar.
Yeah,
he knew him right away. And the dog,
he was a young pup when Odysseus went out to Troy with the other Achaeans, and he was the only person that recognized Odysseus when he got back.
He noticed that the dog had grown old and was being mistreated.
He was laying on a manure pit.
Yeah, he's covered in dust and dung.
Yeah, but he stood up and
he recognized
Odysseus, recognized him,
and then
immediately died.
The dog did?
Yeah.
Poor kid, man.
Loyal dog, though.
So he didn't die until Odysseus got back home.
Oh. That was a very feminine sigh. I'll never do that again.
So Odysseus goes in and pretends to be this beggar, and so he's like sitting around the table begging for scraps.
He's testing the men to see which one
are bad.
Testing all the
which
suitors.
ones are innocent.
Yeah.
Because the suitors have made this plot together.
Which Antonius
Antonius
is the worst of them. And he's kind of the leader of this group.
Antonius.
Right?
Antonius is like,
he's the one who hatched the assassination plot against his son, Telemachus.
He dies, doesn't he? Antonio?
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Antonio dies?
Okay, don't worry. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. So all the other guys give him some bread, some give him some wine, I think, but Antonius gives him nothing.
Not true.
Huh?
Antonius flings poop at him.
Ah,
Yeah, that guy should die. Antonio should die.
Flings stool at the king, and once again, Odysseus's patience is tried.
was it stool or was it a stool? As in like a chair?
I might have misread it, but
Okay.
I thought it was stool.
Because I thought it was a chair.
Stool?
It might be a chair. That would make more sense.
I think it was a chair.
Because I just remember reading it and
I
laughing.
mean, did he crouch over and rip one
Not
in the
poop,
hand?
a chair. Not poop,
Here's
a
the
I
thing.
mean, I'm
it would
thinking
not
a
be.
pie
It would not
throw,
be
but-
good. Even
either
in those
way,
days.
but
Well, it would not be good to do that while you're feasting.
So, VeggieTales version, they throw a pie, hits him in the face.
Basically.
Yeah.
and
So
so Odysseus is like, all right, this guy
this guy's
threw either poop or a
numero
chair at
uno
me,
here.
and
on
tells
my
the
shit
other
list.
suitors, it's like, hey, basically, since you weren't mean to me, but you're still in this plot, like,
Mhm.
you're not going to meet any violence from me, but the gods are going to get you.
Yeah, and you're still a D-bag, Antonio.
And the other suitors are like, well, he actually hit you with a chair, so the gods are for sure going to strike that guy down.
So they still go on feasting. I think he stays in the doorway for some time. Another beggar comes up named Iris and starts a fight with him.
Arnius, Iris,
Yeah.
yeah, same one. There's different translations of this, so it's some of it gets a little jumbled.
Antonio is the right translation for that.
And the other beggar also insults Odysseus.
Yeah. Insults him, threatens to fight him. Then they ended up fighting.
Good
And
deal.
before he starts, Odysseus is like, should I hit him so hard I kill him, or should I just knock him out? So he chooses the latter and knocks him out.
So they don't know who who Odysseus is.
No,
they just think
they
he's
think he's
just
a
some-
beggar.
It's some beggar
he's
because
disguised.
Athena's disguised him, right?
Okay, yeah. All right, I got
With
you.
goddess
I got you.
powers.
I'm plotting you now because
Yeah.
I'm plotting you now.
Oh, but he knocks this guy out and he drags him over to the end of the courtyard and like lays him against the wall and says, "Don't fight anymore. Just stop. Just chill out."
And this was all Antonius is doing because he's like, hey, if you guys beat each other up, I'll give you a piece of sausage.
Yeah,
Heck yeah, dude. I'll holler at
Like,
that.
he'll
Give
give
me
you
And
a
a
sausage.
seat at the suitor's table.
yeah,
And so Odysseus technically won, earning
So
his
he's-
seat at the suitor's table.
yeah.
Good for him.
Random beggar. Somebody help that
Random
man.
I'll holler at that. That's funny. That baffles me. I mean, I know they don't. I know they don't recognize him, but it's like I mean,
Think
if
of it as
someone
like a
threw stool
magical-
or stool in my face. I mean, I would end up. I would
Yeah.
kill somebody.
Well, that's not the only thing that gets thrown at him.
Another stool.
Yeah, another stool,
Or
in the
stool.
back,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then I think a leg of lamb later on at a feast later
The only
the next
thing I
day.
understand is a leg of lamb.
But I think that might have been a different fella. I can't remember.
So what's the deal with Penelope? Like, is she now like? Is this in the time where she starts to like? Okay, we're gonna have a contest.
Yeah,
The bow and where he shoots the bow,
it's
bow and arrow through
yeah, it's
12
another
axe
thing.
heads or
It's
something.
another thing to kind of just like pass the time, but also decide a suitor
Before that, though, Penelope sees
because the bow. First off, the bow that Odysseus had in order to do this tournament, nobody but Odysseus could restring it. It was so powerful.
Knock it.
Yeah, no, like
No.
restring it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I got you.
So they one after another attempt to restring the bow, and none of them can do it.
Before all that happens, though, Penelope notices Odysseus in his beggar form, and she takes kindly to him because he was so mistreated at the suitor's table. And so she's already like,
She takes him aside
yeah.
after a little
And she's
bit.
like, hey, like, we can get you cleaned up.
Yeah.
We can do all this. And Odysseus is like, nah, not right now.
I'll show you.
But Penelope definitely took note of him.
Mhm.
Good deal.
Yeah,
So basically, The thing was, like you said, restringing of the bow. So Penelope's like, hey, I got this idea because nobody but Odysseus can do this.
Wait a minute. Before we get to the tournament, Penelope takes him aside to the storeroom and has a servant that washes his feet. And he chooses to be washed by the oldest maid in the house who knew him as a child. And in washing his feet, recognizes a scar on his leg from when he got gored by a boar as a boy. And she recognizes him, almost tells Penelope, but he grabs her and says, don't tell a soul and you'll make it through this. Right? So she swears an oath that she won't tell anybody, but she's just so happy that he's back.
Next day comes, and Penelope's devised this idea for a tournament to restring Odysseus's bow, because nobody, like you said, could restring it but Odysseus. This is kind of her like gotcha move.
Yeah.
She's trying to like last ditch effort, like
keep these guys
like
off of
nobody could do it. So the suitors all come, and one by one they try to restring this bow. Each man failing worse and worse to the point where it's like nobody can restring it, and the suitors are getting really angry, and they're on the verge of like, basically saying you're going to marry one of us or you're not getting out of the room. And that's when Odysseus, the beggar,
he had a plan with one of the servants, the male servants, to give him the bow because they would oppose him grabbing the bow, right?
Yeah,
because he's just a beggar.
Yeah.
He gives him the bow. He immediately, deftly restrings the bow, grabs an arrow off this table from the feasting, and puts it through the ring on all these axes, 12 axes.
the axes were lined up on the wall.
Yeah.
Through the head of the axis.
Yeah. So these certain types of Bronze Age axes, they don't look like a regular axe does today. They would have had like kind of a long beard that would have come down to the haft. So there was a space from the haft to the axe that you could shoot through. That's the ring, right?
Ah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of like a long bearded axe. So he shoots through this hole on every single one of these things, which is a wild feat.
Precise.
Yeah, very precise.
I could do that.
You split the wings off a fly 50 yards.
40 paces. I can hear a mouse in a tall field 20 miles away.
What?
Throw a
All right, so he
$quarter
does
up
that.
in the air, hit it
They
right
are-
through the center.
They are all immediately up in arms about this.
They're like, what the heck?
And then he grabs another arrow. And in the middle of Antonius taking a gulp from a silver cup, he shoots him in the throat.
I thought he was going to shoot the cup.
No, he shot him in the throat. He's got blood coming out of his eyes and his nose, and he's choking.
Oh,
Man,
Antonio,
he got it.
gone in the wind.
Gone so
The
fast.
gods couldn't even,
Antonius.
the gods couldn't even get him. Odysseus
did, man. And thus starts the fight.
did. The OD.
Granted, they still don't think he's Odysseus because he's still the beggar. They just think a guy randomly killed this man.
Like, we let this beggar in here, and now
Yeah.
he's killing people.
So they go to grab their weapons, and they're not there because Telemachus hid the weapons in the storeroom and locked it.
There you go.
Right? So
Father and son.
he just starts shooting suitors left and right.
Cat Stevens? Nobody? Okay.
They flip over the tables to use as a shield.
Not going to happen.
I mean,
I don't think so.
some of them are making it out. The servant, the lamb herder that kicked him. What was his name?
Started with an M. It's
Maneth
Manchester.
Manolitas? Mantholitus?
I don't know.
Manhattan.
The thought has left me.
Okay.
I have to
These
refer to my
names are
notes again.
difficult sometimes.
Notes.
Too many Odysseus's or whatever it is.
So,
Manhattan. Menopause.
No. What?
I don't know.
Stop.
Mantholitis.
Merry Christmas. Merry Hanukkah. I'm running out of holidays.
He's running out of fingers.
No, not
Melanthius.
Melanthius. So Melanthius is in the room. He goes to the storeroom to grab the weapons for the suitors, right? Telemachus accidentally left the door open because he went to go grab weapons for him, his father, and 2 other servants.
That boy ought to be hit.
Right. Well, hold on. That fella goes to get the weapons, comes
Melanthius.
back. Melanthius grabs spears, shields, and he's just handing them through this doorway to the suitors. And a couple of them are getting armed with their arms, and he goes back to the storeroom.
Armed with
Arms.
Many arms.
Mannequin arms. Just...
So he goes back to the storeroom again. Telemachus tells Odysseus this has happened. Odysseus tells him to go kill him in the store. Well, not kill him. Bind him in the storeroom
Heck yes.
and put a noose around his neck. So him and another servant go and do that. They do that. They lock the door and they get back to the fight and are arming themselves. And then the battle ensues, and they're just like running people through spears after he's run out of arrows to shoot. And it's a bloodbath. Just pure and simple.
Bloodbath.
And there was like, I think a total of like 52 suitors, right?
Damn.
At the end of this, they're all gone.
Good.
They're all gone.
They ought
And
to be.
he's covered in blood and looks like a lion eating on a meal, just beard, red, all that. He has Telemachus knock on a door to let that maidservant that washed his feet open up the women's apartments, right? To have the ones who betrayed the house and were sleeping with the suitors come in, clean up the dead bodies, clean up the gore, wash everything,
Clean up your
Right.
mess.
has them taken outside. Oh, also, Mantheletus.
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 Man's lettuce.
That's
Man's lettuce.
I'm not gonna lie.
So they go back to him. They go back to him. They
I don't remember.
They hang him up. They cut his belly open, pull his innards out to feed to
Ooh.
the dogs, and then cut off his hands and feet.
Well, he ain't coming back from that.
They killed him real hard.
Ouch.
Yeah. So that happened. So he has the maidservants come in, clean up the bodies and the gore, sponge everything down, and then he has those particular maidservants led around back, and he hangs them one by one.
Brutal.
It's brutal, man.
Oh man.
It's the only word for it. But they betrayed him
But they betrayed his house.
and his wife and his son.
So is it all returned now? So he's now
Basically.
the king now again.
Well, he gets cleaned up and he drops his guys.
Yeah. Athena pulls that away from him, and he's now Odysseus the king. Right? Back in his
Penelope's
full
like,
form.
what the heck?
And she at first doesn't believe it. The maidservant is told to tell her, and she just thinks she's gone mad, right? But she has to go see for herself, and she sees him sitting by the fire in all his splendor
After a hard day's work.
after a hard 20 years.
Yeah.
A bit of a day there.
And she still just can't believe it until he tells her only something he would know about their bed, about how he built it.
olive tree
Tree bed. It's literally rooted to the ground. You can't move it.
Cool.
Yeah. And so she immediately knows it's him.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a test or whatever.
Yeah. She had to, because back in those days, if you didn't, you would easily be fooled,
Yeah.
Because there were many people that would try to trick her for the estate,
Mm-hmm.
such as the suitors were.
So after they reunite,
Yeah. They
order
reunite.
is restored.
Order is restored.
to Odysseus'
Except
kingdom.
all the people that he just killed had family in the surrounding lands,
Bummer.
right? One in particular decided to take up arms against Odysseus and try to find him and kill him. Odysseus told Penelope and the maidservants that were still there, stay in the house, stay upstairs, don't let anybody in, don't talk to anybody. He goes to his father Laertes, goes to his house with his son and the 2 servants that he had fought all those men with. Goes and surprises him in his farm work, right? So he's out there at the hoe on the vine, for grapes. And he walks up under a tree and starts telling a story about a man that was under some unfortunate fate that, had terrible things happen to him. And then he just goes and rushes his father and gives him a hug and says it's him. Just kind of like this warm-hearted, I'm back.
Papa.
Yeah.
5-0.
His father's just
Papa.
elated.
5-0. 5 goes west.
So
Great
good.
movie.
Classic film. But in Laertes' house, like they're all joining together and celebrating like his return, because his father has not been eating since like Telemachus left.
Yeah.
Right. His wife has died. Odysseus' mother has passed because she was distraught and depressed and wasted away. And his father was soon to follow, basically. He comes back, and then they get word that off in the distance, these fellas are coming to kill them, right? They arm up, go out to meet them, start to fight. He kills the one particular fella that was really after him for the death of his son.
From the family.
Yeah, from the family. He was one of the suitors. And after that, Athena, in a booming voice, tells them,
Enough.
Let it be done. It is the will of the gods. That's how it comes to a close.
Not before.
Hmm?
Not before. Odysseus recounts his travels to
Penelope.
Penelope.
Yeah. She doesn't sleep through it at all. She is attentive the entire time.
Yeah. And then basically he's like, you're pretty awesome. Thanks for being loyal this whole time.
Yeah.
Fending off these suitors, even though I, have a son with Circe and was held captive by...
Well, that wasn't necessarily his choice.
No, that one wasn't his choice,
Yeah.
but I thought there was another person too, though, that he was like...
besides almost getting married to Nausicaa.
Yeah, that one. That's what I'm thinking. Never mind. Yeah, so there's
That's
Nausicaa.
kind of an Aowen situation.
Yeah. So there's Nausicaa,
Which
Circe.
actually, that kind of might be inspiring me. I don't know.
I don't know. But yeah. So then kingdom is restored, and he's like, I'm going to live my life on land.
Yeah,
That's the time.
forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that is pretty much the Odyssey.
Yeah.
I don't know when the movie's coming out, but I know there's a movie.
2026, I think.
I just hope they do it justice. It's a lot.
I'm sure they'll throw some.
Nothing's gonna beat the old one where they skip half the tail and
That's also
They're gonna throw some
Troy.
in there.
yeah.
Well, to put something like this into a movie format is
No, I'm not talking about.
4 hour
There was
movie.
like an old movie, basically like, what was it in the?
an older version of the Odyssey.
Yeah, it was
Like
basically
60s?
like
I mean,
60s.
they did Jason the Argonauts dirty. Have you seen the ending? It just cuts off.
Just stops. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I just remember the scene of the Cyclops, and the Cyclops is huge, and he's like looking in the thing with his one eye, and he stabs him with the plank, and he's like, ah. That's all I remember from it.
The budgeting to put behind something of this scale is beyond epic. There's no way. Think about Lord of the Rings. They had to condense that down a lot.
Oh yeah, a lot
Just
missing.
to make
Even in the extended,
Yeah.
there's so much missing from the extended versions too. Oh, I think that's
That's it.
where we'll end it today. Thank you for sailing with us. Godspeed. May the winds forever be in your sails.
Amen.